Hello my friends, William Poloniak here again from Whole Health Foundation. Tonight I'm going to make a juice of just carrots and mostly cucumber because I ran out of juice and I have a craving. So here are my ingredients: carrots, cucumbers, and these cucumbers are too big so I split them in half. And I'm going to put in some turmeric. Can you look down here? Turmeric, garlic, ginger, and a few tomatoes from my garden. Now because cucumbers are very watery and it creates a blowback, I'm going to start with carrots. And I'm going to alternate my carrots with my cucumbers. But first I'm going to put in 3 ice cubes to cool down my cutter because it's a very hot evening here in sunny Southern California. And I want to make sure my cutter is cool to preserve my nutrients in my produce. So I'll start with carrots and feed them in very slowly, keeping my hand over at all times. Now I'll put in half a cucumber. A little bit of turmeric. Put a couple of tomatoes on top of that. Some ginger. Garlic, and then some more carrot. I'm going to continue with the cucumbers and alternate with carrots. A good idea to prevent blowback is to go down only halfway, like that. Every so often I'm going to add 3 or 4 ice cubes, cool down my cutter. Some carrots on top of that. Okay, I'm down to the last of my produce, and I just want to remind you, always put a plug of pulp in there to force through whatever remains of produce has not been shred yet that's still in the feed tube. So you put some pulp up top, and the next step will be to clean the feed tube and then mix the pulp. And the next step, as usual, is to thoroughly mix your produce. Of course, if you have only carrot juice, you don't need to do this, but I always like to add turmeric, ginger, garlic, some greens. Now when I'm down to my last cloth, I advance that all the way. Saves little time that way. Fold it in thirds. Now here's my 6-cloth method. This goes forward, this goes over, the spent cloths go on top. This goes in the juicer, centered left to right, front to back. That's very important. All the way back, back it off. And because we have a lot of juice puddling, I'm going to very carefully pour this into the collection bowl. And there are 2 ways to do the less work 6-cloth method. One, because we have a lot of juice puddling in the collection bowl, is to take the spent pulp and crush it and put it back in the puddle of juice that's in the bowl. And then we'll start with a new cloth. The second way to do the 6-cloth less work method, when you're down to your last cloth, of course advance it, is to put pulp on top of the spent pulp. You don't throw the pulp away until the very last. 2 scoops of pulp. Now because my collection container is full, I'm going to put that into some glass bottles, set this back, and I'll remind you, don't set it back just a tiny bit. Set it back a lot, and that prevents this from dripping on your countertop. So I'm going to put this in bottles. Fill it this way so the camera can get a better look. Right, I'm down to my last cloth and I'm forming these into a tight ball to press again to demonstrate how the Whole Health Foundation model juicer with this solid bottom plate can make over 10% more juice, and your most vital nutrients come from your last 10% of your press, as I'm going to demonstrate. So if you want the most vital healing nutrients, you're going to want to get this last 10% of your produce. So I've got 6 packets here. Alright, I have 2 of my repackaged packets of pulp in the tray, centered left to right, front to back, and I'm using a measuring beaker to show you that we can get 10% or more juice from the Whole Health Foundation Premium Model Juicer. And that's basically because the bottom plate is solid and will not flex or bend. And I'm going to advance that a little more, and a little more. You don't want this to go up too fast. And all the way. So there we have 3 ounces so far. Still flowing. Let's put 2 more packets in there. Centered left to right, front to back, all the way back, and as soon as I get juice flow, I'm going to back that off because I don't want that to go up too fast. A little more, and then all the way. So there we have 6 ounces. There's 10 ounces of juice so far. There we have 11 ounces. Well, I could leave that up for longer, but you get the idea. So I'm going to pour this into the container and put it into the rest of the bottles. Alright my friends, in this juicing session I got 12 16-ounce bottles of juice, and remember, one of these bottles was the extra 10% we get from a Whole Health Foundation juicer, and a little bit for a taste test. Now at the last minute I picked some cilantro from my garden, a whole bunch, and put it in the juice. So let's taste it and see if I can taste the cilantro. Well, I definitely taste the cilantro, but I also taste the garlic and the ginger. Here's to your health, my friends. I hope you like what you see, and if you do, please tell a friend. And if you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. Delicious.